This seems as good a place as any to make camp.
So, we're resting here. Turning in for the night. I suppose. I'm not really sure what I expected, really. This is all a little new. The night normally means bustling streets, bursting taverns. Curling up in the dirt and resting is, a little novel. I'm in no place to rest yet. Today has been a lot. I need some time to think things through. To process this. You sleep. I'll keep watch. The pleasure is all mine. Sweet dreams. Turning in for the night. No, I'm more than happy to put my feet up. I'm just not used to this. A little novel. No. Tea isn't really my drink. I'll be awake a while anyway. I need some time to think things through, to process this. You sleep. I'll keep watch. You know, if you want to spend time with me, you only have to say so. But suit yourself. I'm sure we'll drift off at some point. Turning in for the night. It's all a little new to me, I admit. A little novel. I'll be awake a while yet. Today has been a lot. I need some time to think things through. To process this. You sleep. I'll keep watch. Suit yourself. Sweet dreams. So, not a tentacle to be seen? Naturally, but I was thinking, what if it doesn't? Of course, first sign of change, and I'll have to stop that pretty little heart of yours. I am open to suggestions. Knives, poison, strangulation, whatever you'd prefer. I don't think poison is for me. Nor stabbing, come to think of it. I always felt decapitation was a fine choice. One good swing and then nothing. But we were talking about you. What'll it be? A fine choice. Now, to use sword or axe. Or a saw. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself. This is all a worst-case scenario, obviously. If the last day has taught me anything, it's that the impossible is more likely than you think. Now, let's get some rest. The sooner we start tomorrow, the better our chances of keeping this hypothetical. Not a tentacle to be seen. Yet. Knives, poison, strangulation, whatever you'd prefer. Well, now you're just being close-minded. There are some lovely ways to go. I've watched urchins freeze to death in the street. It looks peaceful, just like falling asleep. Come on, humor me. If you had to choose. A classic. One good thrust to the heart and you're gone. We need a good blade, of course. Don't want to waste time hacking and prodding with a dinner knife. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself. This is all a worst-case scenario, obviously. Oh, my boy. I'd like to see you try. Not a tentacle to be seen. Indeed you could. We're all doing surprisingly well, given the circumstances. I'm not taking anything for granted, of course. First sign of change, and I'll have to stop that pretty little heart of yours. Whatever you'd prefer. A fine choice. I can think of some nightshades that are deliciously fatal. If they're mixed well, you'll just close your eyes and drift away. And if they're not, well, I'm getting ahead of myself. This is all a worst-case scenario, obviously. See you in the morning. Sweet dreams, darling. Whatever you'd prefer. Don't be so pig-headed. I'm being practical. How much damage will you cause if you transform? How much blood can you bear to have on your hands? So can I. I like you. Rest assured, whatever happens, I'll make the right choice. Sweet dreams, darling. How much blood can you bear to have on your hands? I do like you, you know. You've got fire. What'll it be? Then I suppose we'll just see what happens. Don't worry, darling. I like you. I'm sure I'll make the right choice.
Go to hell. Ha! You're a good sport. Go to hell. An everyday expression. So trivial it's almost meaningless. But we've seen hell. It's real. And it isn't trivial. Devils, dragons, mind flayers. They used to be abstracts. Pictures on a piece of paper. What a difference a day makes. Now we have tadpoles slithering through our heads like carnivorous feti. That's not abstract. That's the spirit. Let's be up with the lark. Find a healer before the wee one gets hungry. Go to hell. Oh, nothing. Nothing. I'm just poorly making a point. That's not abstract. This ballet of flames invites reflection. But you're right. Go to hell. Hold your horses. I'm just poorly making a point. And it isn't trivial. Merely contemplating. That's not abstract. Point well made. I see. I'll wake you bright and early. We'll need to find a healer before the wee one gets hungry.
Be with you in a moment. Indulging in a spot of vanity. Handsome devil, aren't I? Be that as it may.
Ceramorphosis. What does it make you think of? Spot on. Day 1, fever and memory loss. Day 2, hallucinations and graying skin. Day 3, hair loss and blood leaking from all orifices. Need to go on? Day 4, excruciating pain as the skeleton and organs reform and reposition. Day 5, the host personality has disappeared. Fingers and toes and limbs elongate. I take it you get the picture? Day 6, the flesh around the mouth splits to make way for tentacles. Day 7, a mind flayer is born. This is the annotated version, of course. The storyteller's gift. My point is this: our orifices remain blissfully unblooded, our heads remain clear, and our blood temperature normal. Any expert will agree this is abnormal. I'll toast to that. The pragmatic in me, however, sees only the silence before the storm. Something to sleep on. We should get some rest.
Be with you in a moment.
Not a trick, my friend. Magic.
Be that as it may.
Ceramorphosis. What does it make you think of? Ah, yes. The good old days. Any expert will agree this is abnormal. That, alas, is where my knowledge fails me. A rogue might call it luck, a priest might call it fate. As for myself, I'm a pragmatic. I see the silence before the storm.
Be with him in a moment.
Whatever for? Look at him. Never too much of a good thing, I say.
Be that as it may.
Ceramorphosis. What does it make you think of? Long story short, then. Thanks to the tadpole, we should have developed more than invasive symptoms by now. But we haven't. Any expert will agree this is abnormal. Study. But what is happening, or rather not happening to us, is entirely undocumented. Uncharted territory. The silence before the storm. Something to sleep on. We should get some rest.
Doing the rounds, are you? You'd better get some rest. Don't play the fool, please. I see. I'd be careful with who you confide in. Well, what do we really know about them? Let's hope we rapidly find a healer. Good. We might even get lucky and find one right away. As I see it, we're overdue some good fortune. Rest well. What were you two talking about? Wrong. Your business is mine. We're entwined, thanks to this. If we're to survive, we need to trust each other. And just to be clear, come daybreak, finding a healer is our first priority. Caution is a luxury we don't have. Let's rest and wake up at first light. I'd be careful with who you confide in. I was merely making an observation. But speaking of focus, let's be clear. Come daybreak, finding a healer is our first priority. Yes? We did just talk about it. Let's rest. I'd be careful with who you confide in. So am I. Don't play the fool, please. Fine. Just don't expect my confidence if I don't have yours. I'd be careful with who you confide in. I have my reasons. They're nothing for you to be concerned about. Either way, be careful. You never know what lengths someone might take to solve this little problem of ours. I'm not sure this is a good idea. Fine, but not for too long. Each hour that passes, the thing inside us grows. We need to find a healer. Let's wake up at first light. Maybe, but we might get lucky. We're overdue some good fortune. I'm not sure this is a good idea. Outside threats, perhaps. Let's wake up at first light. Maybe we'll get lucky. We're overdue some good fortune. Rest well. We'll need our strength. I'm not sure this is a good idea. There are lit fuses in our heads. Sooner or later, they're going to blow. Let's wake up at first light. That sort of danger I'm fine with. I can fight it. I'm not sure this is a good idea. Oh, it's going to be like that. I love strong men. They make the best servants. Get some rest. We move at dawn. I couldn't help but overhear... Well, all right, I could have helped, but didn't. Anyway, I feel the same. Other than the occasional mental exchange, it's almost as if we're not infected. The voice on the ship told me I'd become a beautiful weapon. What do you think it meant? Agreed. We can't take the lack of symptoms for granted. All right. I've kept you from your blanket long enough. Rest well. What do you think it meant? Ha! Adorable. But your timing is awful. Whatever the Mind Flayer's plans were, those dragons spoiled them. That doesn't make our situation less dangerous. Either way, we can't take the lack of symptoms for granted. We have to find a healer. Well, I've said my piece. Get some rest. What do you think it meant? Whatever they were, those plans were interrupted by the dragons. What do you think it meant? For now. But we can't take the lack of symptoms for granted. We have to keep looking for a healer.
A monster forms inside us, yet you waste time with idle chatter. Do you suppose the parasites inside us dare to rest? That the Geich do not still pursue us with each peal of the bell? Take your rest. I will stand watch. Should a single tentacle split your skull, I will not hesitate to end you. Abominations grow inside us. Our bones should ache, our mouths should bleed. Yet we thrive. It is madness. Keep your rest short. Time is not our ally.